is my true love, Billy.
Thank you, Jenny.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey, true love's a good thing, right?
It is.
I'm Billy, and this is my true love, Jenny.
Oh, that's quite a relief. I'm so glad. After 45 days in a hired car. But you know, it's really great because usually we have a Mini, and we got to the airport and they said, "I'm so sorry, they've given away all the Minis, but we can do a free upgrade." So we got like a Hyundai or whatever, and it's a tank, you know, and for true love to survive in the tank is actually a very big deal, because it means we're ever so closer to the hedges than we were before, you know, because the car is that much wider. Well, I come from the southwest part of Virginia, from a coal mining community called Jewel Ridge. Now, I didn't grow up there full time. I grew up there in the summers because my parents had me when they were 17. And I went through senior year of high school with them. So I started my education very early. And at the end of school year, they were voted best parents in the yearbook, which means there were other parents competing for that honor, and mine won. But they were best parents because they did a wonderful thing for me and for my sister, because you see, we moved away from the Appalachian Mountains in Virginia so that they could go to university and first job and second job. But no matter where we lived all across the United States, whether it was Boston, Massachusetts, or Las Cruces, New Mexico, or Omaha, Nebraska, they would send me and my sister every summer back home to Jewel Ridge to live with my grandmothers and my great-grandmother. And that's where I learned to flatfoot dance. I'll do a little of that for you tonight on the tiny piece of floor over there. I learned to sing in the church. I learned to quilt. And I got to eat a lot of sugary cereal, because if you ask your grandmother for sugary cereal, she will give it to you. And that's what makes her better and different than anybody else in the whole wide world. So, well, most of the fellas there in Jewel Ridge were coal miners. And my family was no exception. My great-grandfathers, my grandfathers, my great-uncles, my uncles were all coal miners. So we've just come from Barnsley, where we played yesterday. He's Barnsley. And so anyhow, there was one coal miner that I do wish that I had met, and that's my great-grandfather, Avery Smith. Now, he went down in the mines when he was 17, and he died in a mining accident when he was 60. So I did not meet him, but I can sometimes ask his daughter, my grandmother, about him. And so we were sitting at the breakfast table with her one time, several years ago now, and I said, "Mama, what was it like to have a miner for a father?" And she said, "Honey, Daddy was a good man, but he were never much in the light." And I asked her what she meant, and she said, "Well, he went to work in the dark, he worked in the dark, and he came home in the dark. And the only day, because back then a miner worked 6 days a week, the only day he saw the sun was on Sunday. And of course in Appalachia on Sunday, you're in church in the morning and church in the evening." Which meant in 43 years of mining coal, Papa Avery almost never saw the sunshine. And when she told me that, I thought, well, that's his song, isn't it? So when we got back home to Nashville, Tennessee, where we live, we wrote this song for him. It's called The Miner's Reward. I ain't seen the sun in many long days. Get up in the dark and go home that way. Except Sunday, thank God, when my work is all done. I wake in the morn to the light of the sun. My God is mighty, as Exodus says. My God is humble, for me He chose death. Though death will not spare me, I'll fear not the grave. No man's up in heaven, just sunshine in space. No, I ain't seen the sun in many long days, but I'll see my reward in heaven someday. Yes, I'll see my reward in heaven someday.
Whoa.